It should be free. There, I said it. It should be free. So here I am, sat on this broken ass folding chair in front of World 1-1 to talk to you, yes, you, specifically about Nightreign and why you should stop being so polite about it. But to do that, I have to take you all the way back to 1984. That's right, I'm going to back to the future your ass. And in this situation, you're Marty McFly and I'm Doc Brown. But in 1984, when I was but a mere strip of a lad, at 9 years old, I purchased a game for my personal computer called Rolling on the Ropes. The thing you gotta know about Rolling on the Ropes is that this was some basic ass video game. You had to climb ropes and avoid things in the temple that the ropes were inside of. It was rudimentary, shall we say, and each level was very similar to the last one, with only basic variations in enemy types. In fact, I think that was the entirety of the game. But the point is, that was a roguelike. Roguelike is just cheap game design. All the games were roguelike back in the 80s because that's all the technology could allow. But it's been made fashionable by indie devs on a low budget, and that's also fine. But FromSoft are not indie devs on a low budget. And Nightreign is a roguelike. I don't care if you don't like that opinion, because it's true. You can't save the game. You can't make constant progress. Every time you start, you have to start again from the beginning. It's a roguelike. And there's nothing wrong with roguelikes inside their specific niche. And when I say specific niche, I'm talking about very specific. I'm talking about it's 2008 and you're solo deving Spelunky. In that case, go nuts. But we've kind of moved on since then, especially if you're FromSoft, especially in 2025. That chicken will no longer fly. I mean, this is low effort shovelware, especially by FromSoft standards. Let's be honest. One of my favourite gaming YouTube videos was by Mr. DJ Peach Cobbler, and it was on the topic of Elden Ring. And in that video, he said it was the beginning of the end. But right now, with Nightreign, we're 2/3 towards the end. And that's just nowhere near as exciting. A lot of people might say, Industrious Bug, have you played this video game? Do you know what you're talking about? And I would like to say to those people, I don't need to play this video game. I've played loads of Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne. I have an active imagination. I've been playing video games since before you were born. Probably. Most likely. So I don't need to play this. So I know what it's not. It's not Dark Souls 3. It's not a detailed, challenging test of skill, intricate enemy layouts, and a cast of villains all waiting around every corner, ready to teach me. It's not the high effort, sumptuous quality that we've come to expect. It's another step away from those beautiful digital assault courses that FromSoft used to make. Yes, used to. Elden Ring does not count. Sure, Elden Ring has Farum Azula and Stormveil, the best bits of the game in my opinion, but the rest of it is just large, blank, romantic landscapes, but it's not really what I want from them, and Nightreign and Dustblood are just another step away from that original design philosophy that really brought them to the attention of the core gamer. FromSoft stepped away from those concepts with Elden Ring, and now with Nightreign and Duskbloods, we're actually completely divorced from them. 1/3 of the FromSoft pie is missing. Let's say it's like the crust, because that's like my favourite part of the pie. Let's call it what it is. The game's an asset flip. All the enemies, bosses, I mean there might be some new enemies, but you know, the big hitters, the bosses that you have to face, the true meat of the game, they're all recycled. There might be a few new ones in there, but most of them are going to be from old games. And you know, some people are championing that, and it's like, yeah, I like nostalgia, but it should be free. There, I said it. It should be free. Ghost of Tsushima Shadows update. The Shadows update for Ghost of Tsushima was free, and it was more complementary to the source material, because it took what was great about Ghost of Tsushima, the mechanics, the combat mechanics, and turned them into a combat-focused minigame. Nightreign doesn't do that service to Elden Ring. It does it a disservice. And an Elden Ring, in its own way, did a disservice to what came before that by taking out that core chunk of pie crust. I mean, let's talk about the elephant in the room. This is a multiplayer game, and no shade on my multiplayer core gamer brethren, but you guys wouldn't play those games if they were full of bots. So making a game with no multiplayer elements is higher effort. Multiplayer is the lower hanging fruit in game development terms. Let's be fair here. You know, that spirit of competition, that testing yourself against another human being whose need to win is stronger than yours. That's the grease that keeps the big leviathans of this industry sliding along the chute of profitability. And you know, it's kind of built in to the systems. It's, you know, you don't have to account for somebody getting bored, because they're always going to have that pull forward to try and crush a noob. I mean, yes, they're called legacy dungeons for a reason. Legacy meaning it's been left in the past. It's no longer relevant. It's an archaic fossil of the game design that mattered. That is gone now. I mean, the Bloodborne was the whole of Bloodborne was just a legacy dungeon. The whole of Dark Souls 3 was just a legacy dungeon. You know, what was great about these games has now been portioned out and scattered into just a standard open world design. We've got to come to terms with that. Stop being so polite about it.